Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jessie. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we're gonna go over some new developments here. If you're new here, one thing that I've done for the last year is I've been gluten-free. But Easter Sunday, I had a situation where I made homemade rolls. Well, they ended up like more like biscuits. It was like a brisket is what Trevor and I are calling it. It was like a mixture of a roll and a biscuit. That's what happens when you make gluten-free stuff. But I made these biscuits and I felt like I do when I got gluten. So then I'm like sitting there like questioning like, why do I feel like this? My stomach was so bloated. I looked like I was 8 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant, somewhere around there, just huge. And I'm not pregnant. Just huge and bloated, uncomfortable, didn't feel good. So that got to me thinking, I'm like, why do I feel like I ate flour when I didn't eat actual like regular flour? I ate gluten. And then that got me thinking, I Googled this because I was curious. I was like, do I have a gluten issue or could it be yeast? Because yeast and gluten tend to go together, especially in breads and stuff like that. Donuts, you know your girl loves donuts. And so I was thinking about it. I'm like, could that be it? So me and Jeffrey were doing a little test to test my theory, kind of like elimination situation. So last night I ate some donut. I ate a donut and I ate a cheeseburger with regular bun. We're going to see. Right now I don't feel good at all. So I don't know if that could be the gluten or if that's the yeast. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna eat something with gluten that does not have yeast. I'll probably let my tummy settle first because right now it feels really horrible and I'm miserable. But gotta test this theory just to see. Am I gonna be upset if gluten was not the issue the whole time and it was the yeast factor? Yes. Yes, I am. It's called like a baker's yeast allergy from what I was like looking up online. And it can actually be mistaken for gluten issues. And technically, like I was talking to my sister-in-law and she's like, it could be because my sister-in-law is a nutritionist. She was like, it's more of probably a sensitivity rather than an allergy. I don't really get what the difference is. You basically shouldn't eat stuff that makes you feel like poo. She thinks that I should just keep eating gluten-free because I've done so well, so I change things. But at the same time, like gluten-free stuff is so expensive, and if it's just because of the yeast, like there's so many foods that don't have yeast in it that have gluten that I could be eating. Like I said, mac and cheese the other day in my haul. Mac and cheese for gluten-free is $2.49. I bought Rowan's mac and cheese for 49 cents a box. So especially with rising prices, if my issue is really not gluten and it's the yeast, then I want to figure that out. And you know, it's funny because I in my brain, I have Asperger's, also high functioning autism. And so I overthink things and I'm like, you know, I told Jeffers like, you know, I hate having tried to explain because I feel like I have to explain myself and not be judged, but I'm like, who honestly cares what I eat? Whatever makes me feel good is what I need to do. And I shouldn't worry about people's, oh, my tea's done. Made some Tezu English breakfast tea to help my tummy because we don't feel good around here. I gotta take the thing out here. But I tend to worry about, you know, what are people gonna think? I need to get to a stage where I just don't care. I mean, I don't. I think that's just so because especially with my husband's family, I've dealt with a lot of judgment, unfortunately. So whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go through this way real quick. I'll be right back. Hello again. It says sweater weather. It was sweater weather yesterday. We got snow. in April 18th, and snow. Ugh, yuck. I was like, no, I don't want any snow. It's melted this morning though, so that's good. And I think we're supposed to be in like the 60s the rest of the week, so that'll be nice. Anyways, back to off topic. Get back on track, Jesse. I don't know. And that sucks too, because then I feel like that affects my YouTube channel. I love sharing with you guys. You guys have always been super supportive of me. And that's the thing. I feel like so many people in the world are so mean. If we just supported people, you know, and whether this is a sensitivity, an allergy, whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. And I think it's good to find out what foods are making me not feel good and trying to avoid those and not eat them. Whether that be gluten, whether that be yeast. I'm really hoping it's not the gluten, it is the yeast, because there's so much stuff that I love with gluten. And one, like me and Jeff were just talking about it. I'm like, think of all the things that we could have again if it's not gluten. Cream of soups. I try. They're not horrible, but I really dislike. I do not fully like the gluten-free soup that I get, but it's the only option that I have, the cream of soups. And actually, when I was looking at recipes the other day, I found like a way to like make your own at home like cream of soups, but that's a lot of work just for a recipe. Even though I do want to start making some stuff homemade, and I do want to try the recipe because I think it'd be cool, because say there's shortages and you can't find something, it'd be cool to try. But I don't know, guys. Why? The thing I keep thinking to myself too is, why would I have gotten that bloated, that uncomfortable, felt like I got glutened? And that's what makes me think is, Jesse, it's not a gluten allergy, it's a yeast allergy, which, I mean, or sensitivity, whatever we want to call it. I don't care. That's the thing. I just want to do what's best for my body, and so you might see things a little differently here. Like I said, we just tried last night the yeast factor, and then I'm going to let my tummy rest today, because I did that last night. Today is Tuesday, and then Wednesday we're gonna try gluten, because by then my tummy should be a little deflated. Hopefully, if I'm still not feeling good tomorrow, I might not try it, but I feel like I will be. So we're gonna try it, see how I feel. I'm hoping that like I said, I'm hoping it's not gluten and it's yeast, because that would make my life so much easier and so much cheaper, because the things that I could basically eat everything but bread, which honestly wouldn't hurt my heart. Shars, the gluten-free Shars bread does not contain yeast from what I read on the package, but the buns and stuff like that do. Jeff and I were also talking about it might be it might be more the amount of yeast too, because we were trying out new recipe, so the first batch did not end out well. So I started nibbling on one, and then I had one. And then the second batch, I was nibbling on one to try it, and then I had one. So like 3-4 rolls-ish. So that's a lot of yeast. So it might just be the amounts of yeast. But I ate a donut, and because I was trying to get a decent amount of yeast in. I ate a yeast donut at Long John. I can't be too mad at that. That was actually really good. And then sorry, I look a little hot mess here. It's early morning. But yeah, we're gonna try some gluten yeast food tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. I'll keep you guys updated on the updates on that. I don't know. How was your Easter? Ours was good. I did film our Easter. I did not film an outro, so I still have to do that. So if the outro looks weird compared to the intro, that'd be why. I wasn't feeling good because of the yeast situation, so I didn't finish up my video, so I got to do that at some point today. I'm trying to think. I do have a what's for dinner video coming out. That's really exciting. It's kind of like an old school Jesse what's for dinner video. where I actually show more than just, even if it's not me showing like how I made the whole meal, showing like our meals. So that's exciting. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys like. Do you like seeing like one meal cooked all the way through? Do you guys like seeing like a mix of maybe like one meal made and then just random, like this is what we had for dinner, like clips? Let me know. I like to, you know, try to do some stuff that you guys like. And at the same time, I like to do my own like creative content, just because this is more a hobby for me than anything. So, oh, guys, I'm exhausted. I was up till 3 o'clock last night. I could not sleep. I took a nap yesterday because I wasn't feeling good. And then I couldn't fall asleep last night. Nope, I could not. Also, I was not feeling good because I yeasted myself. I don't know. I don't feel good. But we're going to try elimination. See what it might be. But all the possibilities. Mac and cheese could be cheaper. Cream chicken soups, pasta, like all the sauces and stuff. Chinese food. Jeffrey'd be happy about that one because he gets upset because he loves Chinese. And then that too, like going out to eat is going to be so much nicer because I have way more options if we go out to eat, which, like I said, I'm trying to make more stuff at home, and we don't eat out that often anyways, but having that option, especially when we travel, would be nice. Usually right now, if I go out to eat, I just get like a bunless burger or something like that if it's fast food. Salad. I had the most amazing salad. We did a family date day the other day, and we went and saw, what movie was that? What movie was that? Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was really good. And at the end, they have a teaser. There's going to be another one. There will be another one. But we went to Red Robin's beforehand, and I got their avocado salad. Oh my gosh, guys. With some of their Baja Ranch. Oh, that was so good. I wish we weren't going to the movie afterwards so that I could have taken it, like the leftovers with me because it was that good. But didn't happen. Yeah, we just had a pretty chill Easter. Let me know what you guys did down in the comment section for Easter. We didn't go to church. We have gone to church on Easter. I don't go to church regularly. I have a lot of anxiety because when I was younger, I got inappropriately touched at church summer camp when I was like really, really little. So I just, church gives me anxiety. I love God and the Word of God and all that, but I don't think God punishes me for not going to church, if that makes sense. As long as I worship Him and stuff like that, I think everything's fine with that. So we didn't go to church for Easter. Plus, we haven't found a congregation up here that we really like. There was one that I felt really comfortable with back home, but we just haven't gotten one up here. Like I said, it just makes me anxious and stuff like that. So we did get Ronan baptized when he was born up here. So. Oh, it's a lazy morning. My neighbor's over getting his roof done. I need a call because we had a bunch of hail the other day and our shingles were sticking up. I think they were sticking up a little bit before that, but I'm sure the hail, we've had a lot of hailstorm and windstorms. When we first moved in the house, there was a F0 tornado that went through here. So there could have been damage from that, who knows. I got my potatoes and onions planted. That's exciting. And my raspberry and blackberry bushes, we transplanted them from the pots out into the front area. I'll show you guys some of that. Probably not in this video, but another one. Maybe when they pop out of the ground, because right now it's just holes. I did film doing it, but then I decided not to show that because I looked like a little bit of an idiot because I have no clue what I'm doing. And I had to redo what I did because I put 5 potatoes in one pot. My dad's like, you can't do that. I was like, I didn't know. Jesse, they need more room than that. Durr. Oh well. So we couldn't fit all the, I didn't want to use up all my like pots for just those. So we actually ended up planting those extra potatoes like in the ground. We have like an area around the house that has dirt. It's like a flower bed. That's where I put them. We'll see how they grow. Oh, and we put like a section of onions because we had so many onions. So it'll either work or it won't. I know nothing about gardening at all. So I was like, no, we're just gonna delete this embarrassment and not show it. Oh, this is like a raw with Jessie. I'm usually not this open and just random, but I don't know. I was up late last night, and I think that was one of the things I was just thinking about is I need to just be myself and not worry about what other people think and just live my life, you know? I sometimes think too much about what other people think, and I think that's sad, you know? We shouldn't live our lives based on that, you know? Do what makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? I'm gonna try my tea. Hopefully it's cooled down a little bit. Hopefully that'll soothe my stomach. I'll probably have some eggs or I have some chicken broth, but I don't know if I'm gonna want the chicken broth because your girl's drinking tea and that's a lot of fluid. I gotta push water today too. Oh, but yeah, I'm trying to think video-wise this week. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's people walking and all that stuff, so. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, video-wise. See, I'm distracted. I'm tired. So today you're seeing this video, and then tomorrow you'll be seeing the what's for dinner. Friday, I will have a grocery haul for you guys. I think I'm probably gonna go shopping on Thursday. And you might see some more gluten stuff if my test goes decent. If not, I don't know. We'll have to see. I really honestly think it's yeast rather than gluten. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll have to see how my tummy feels. And like I said, if you see me eating gluten stuff, don't yell at me. I'm just trying to be me and see what's working and what's bothering my tummy. And that's, you know, as long as I'm nurturing myself, that's all that matters. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that you probably will see more gluten things depending on how this all goes. I don't know. You already saw gluten stuff because my family ate pretty much gluten stuff besides me. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can think of. I'm probably gonna make that next Monday's video. I need to make seasonings. I bought all this stuff and you saw that, to make my own homemade seasonings, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. We've had way too much going on. More so this last week was really relaxing because it was the kids' spring break, and Rowan doesn't have dance today or yesterday or today, so that's so nice. She's almost done with dance for the season. Her recital's coming up here in May, the beginning of May. Oh my word. And I signed her up for her summer class. She's gonna be taking POMs. And then her teacher, like, they have like critique papers or whatever, like, what is it? Basically like a progress report. And they write on there like what they feel like where your kid's at in dance and what classes they should maybe take. And her teacher suggested tap. So we were gonna sign her up for ballet. So I'm gonna see if we're gonna do 2 classes again for the next season or not. I don't know. Because I really want her to do ballet because I feel like that she'll have a lot of learning with that, and it's important for her to learn the names and techniques and while she's young. So we shall see if we send her up for both. Her teacher said she should try out for competition minis. I can do that. I don't know how dance moms and competitions, oh my gosh. having one child in activities 2 days a week is almost too much for me. It's a lot, especially with like the 2 kids going to schools. They go to different schools because based on like our just the way that our district is. Rowan goes to one school, Rexley goes to another school. She'll eventually go to Rexley's, but currently they go to different schools. So that's, you know, we split up time doing that, and then too, because she's a half day, and then Runnin's gonna be doing half days next year, and at least her and Rennie will be going to the same school, but it's just all the running. And yeah, I don't get how people can have multiple kids and stuff like that. And it's expensive. It is so expensive. They raised her dance last year was $65. And this year they raised it to, was it 70 or 75? They raised it like $5 or $10. I think it was $75. So it'll be interesting to see what the actual like classes cost. And then I've already talked to you guys about dance and how expensive that can get. But her competition, like the competition team, is outrageous. You have to pay for hotels and doing all this stuff, and just I don't have the time or energy for that. I mean, that's a lot to commit to, and she's so little. You know, let them be little. If she gets older and she like maybe likes the idea of it, maybe. But she's little right now. I don't feel like it's something necessary for her. I don't know. Maybe that just makes me a bad mom, but we're just not gonna do it. Oh, that's good. Rexley used to be in karate, but he wasn't really enjoying it, and for the price of it, he'd rather. And too, like, because he is at school all day, so when he gets home, he just wants to be home. He doesn't want to go out and do activities. Plus, you know, him also being on the spectrum, it's being around people for that long can be really exhausting. So you kind of want your decompression time. So I totally get it. Speaking of that, I don't talk too much about his being on the spectrum and stuff like that. He doesn't even know. We've never like been like, oh, you have autism. But I'm so proud of him because, like I said, I've done like one video on this before, but I don't like to talk too much on it. When he was younger, they said that he would need severe therapy, 40 hours a week, like just high intervention for him to even be able to function. And he was in therapy for 2 months before I kind of like learned more about what it was. And that was also before I was diagnosed. Once I was diagnosed and I understood that he feels like I feel, I could put that connection 2 and 2 and help him cope the way that I've coped my whole life. And to see the way he has blossomed by doing that and not putting this stigma on like, this is what you have, or, you know, I don't tell him like, you can't do this because of this. And, you know, he actually just a few months back lost his educational autism diagnosis. So he no longer has to have any special education help. He is considered normal at school. So that is super exciting. I think that there's actually a YouTube video. I'll link it down below. I had watched it a long time ago when we got our diagnoses, and it really just helped me understand how I wanted to be. This guy was giving a speech, a TED Talk, and he was talking about this woman and her son had gotten diagnosed, and she wasn't going to let that define him. She understood that there was going to be some things that were different and that she would have to come up with ways to help him cope, but she wasn't going to treat him any different than anybody else. And she wasn't going to let him use that as an excuse. And he's high functioning, and she had the same kind of thing where they're like, oh, well, he's going to need intervention. And I feel like that's ABA therapy is such a they prey upon parents, especially parents with a new autism diagnosis. Are there some kids on the spectrum that need intervention and help? Yes, I definitely feel like there are some. But at the same time, at what extent? Because if you look at Ruxley and how he was and what they said, into what he is now, he also has made friends that, you know, it's funny because they're like, oh, people with autism can't make friends. No, we can. And it's possible. And I see it with Ruxley. He's made little friends at school. He went to his first birthday party. People, like, kids love him. Like, when he's like, I'm taking him to school, they'll be like, Ruxley, hi, Ruxley. So and he, you know, he gets involved. There's certain things that, you know, obviously we're a little bit different in certain ways, but who isn't different? So I just thought that was super cool though, because and I was going through old paperwork from like the diagnosis stuff and stuff like that. And when he was really little, he was in speech therapy because he wasn't talking. And to see him from there to now, because he was only in therapy for like a month, maybe 2, not very long. And I pulled him because I didn't agree with it. And especially too, they said he had to finish it. He couldn't stop doing what he was doing until he finished it. And I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with ABA therapy at all. Also, their idea is to break a person into making them normal, basically breaking their will, and I don't agree with that. So look into ABA therapy, look into autism and how people in the autistic community feel about ABA therapy. I tend to say that I have Asperger's. You'll hear me say high functioning autism, but it's not necessarily politically correct to say high functioning, low functioning. The thing that sucks is that the DSM-5 took out Asperger's, and I feel like there's a difference between Asperger's and autism. Yes, there's a lot of features that are very similar, but there's just a little bit of a difference in my opinion. But yeah, there's a little nugget of stuff. Like I said, I've been a little bit more open, so I just wanted to share with you guys because it's been super exciting that happened. So anyways, I won't talk too much on it because that's Ruxley stuff, and like I said, he doesn't even know. I've never told him, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't define him, right? Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Probably do Pizza Tuesday. Don't got anything going on. Probably just gonna relax at home. We got kids, you know, gotta shuffle kids back and forth, but other than that, it's a gloomy day. I might try going on a walk later. That would be nice. Haven't been on a walk in a long time. Weather's finally getting nice enough there's not ice on the ground. Well, I chatted your guys' ears off for 28 minutes. Trying to think if there's anything else. The only other thing I can think of is I did start a new book. It's the Farmer's Almanac, like gardening book. I can show you guys a different time, but I know some of you like to know what I'm reading. That's what I'm currently reading. I've only like gotten like a few chapters in, not very far. Maybe I'll show you that later next week or something like that. Maybe when I get through it a little bit more and decide if I feel like I like it or not. I think that's the only other thing I can think of, guys. So you will see tomorrow, it will be what's for dinner. Friday will be grocery haul. The Easter video, maybe I'll get up this weekend. I'm thinking this weekend because it'll either be this weekend or Monday. If I get my seasonings made, that video will be Monday. Otherwise, it'll be the Easter video. But if I get the seasoning made, the Easter video will be this weekend. So those are something to look forward to. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Like I said, let me know down in the comments, how's your Easter? Let me know about the videos. Do you guys like seeing for the what's for dinner? Do you like seeing like little clips of all the meals? Do you like just seeing like one cooked all the way through? Like I said, I love your guys' advice. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, press that like button, subscribe to my channel, click that little notification bell button so you're notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
One last time.